Sure. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But I think that I always think of it as like a baseline. Is that kind of how you think about it too? Is like as long as you meet kind of like a minimum threshold of like I've got an H1 tag or whatever that threshold is, that's kind of the minimum hurdle.
There are definitely some basics when we get into headlines and like H1 tags. I think of that more as I put that more in my content bucket, making sure your content is set
Sure.
up correctly, less technical SEO. But to your point, there are definitely some like very basic things for technical SEO that I want to make sure we're hitting that are, as you said,
Right.
baseline. They're kind of like the price of entry. Things like if your whole site is set up in JavaScript, where you could be using HTML, you're making Google's job understanding your site super hard. And even with a lot of links, we probably want to use as much HTML as possible just to keep things very simple for Google. Things like that. Yeah. But at an individual piece of content level, there's not a lot of technical SEO stuff that you can worry about aside from site speed. Right? Because site speed there are many ranking factors. Certainly, we don't want to shoot ourselves in the foot by using beautiful uncompressed images that slow down the loading of the page. But yeah, I think that's it. As far as like baseline stuff at the content level, really site speed is the thing that a writer, for example, is going to have control over, a content creator.
Sure.